this beautiful moment, I would like to welcome our honorable speaker at our event today, Professor Jun Suk Hwang, the Honorable Professor Dr. Engineer Igede Basak Sutawijaya, STMT, as head of the Informatic Engineering Study Program, Mataram University. The Honorable Mr. Arif Mulyanto, STMT, as Secretary of the Mechanical Engineering Department of Mataram University. Then our Honorable Moderator for today, Mr. Agus Arimbawa, STMN. Once again, we thank you for the present our Mr. and Mrs. Lecture. Welcome to all participants of the general lecture present today. On this special day, we have several agenda, so allow me to read several sequences of our agenda. The first is the opening, second is singing Indonesia Raya, the third is short prayer, the fourth is welcoming speech, the fifth is the main event general lecture about new use of data and knowledge in smart city for smart civilization, the sixth certificate of appreciation award, the seventh door prize lottery, the eighth is the closing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's open this event by saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Step on the following agenda is singing Indonesia Raya. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The third agenda is short prayers who will be led by Mr. Arik Aranta, Eskom Mkom. Please welcome to Mr. Arik Aranta. Time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let us bow our head for a moment. Pray to God so that our agenda in general lecture can be valuable for all of us. I will lead this prayer based on Muslim teaching, and those of a different faith, you can pray according to your individual belief. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Salatu wassalamu asrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain amma ba'du. Oh Allah, Today, in this beautiful place, we gather here to bring about an general lecture. Please make this international general lecture as a place for sharing useful ideas, knowledge, and experience. Oh Allah, get and bless our hearts, our mind with the light of your guidance. Help us of speak on our minds clearly. Help to us listen to each other, respect each other, love each other. Oh Allah, you are the one of can fulfill our doa. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Subhana rabbika izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Fatihah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks to Mr. Arik Aranta, Eskom Mkom. The next agenda is speech and continue for the opening of the general lecture today from Professor Dr. Engineer Igede Pasak Sutawijaya. Please, Professor Pasak, the stage is yours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Professor John So Kwang and Honorable Head of Department, Mechanical Engineering Department, and all of the participants, good afternoon. Welcome to this stage, this dome for our general lectures today. Firstly, I would like to say many thanks for great collaboration with Prof. Wang. They have opportunity to welcome many times in this university for giving us many advice for us to be a good institution and a visionary institution. And then we would like to thank also for the committee who have well prepared these general lectures that we can have this afternoon in this dome. The next is, I think Prof. Wang has been very expert in this topic. So we are very great opportunity to join his course or his lecture this afternoon because he has spent his whole time in many other countries to speak this about. So that's why this is, I'd say that it's great opportunity for not only for you, even for me also, because this is, smart city is one of new technology that we have to implement it for all of the developed country. So the next is, this is fun will not happen without works hard of the committee and all the members of informatics engineering departments, staff and members. So finally, I would like to say my gratitude and many warm regards to Prof. Wang and welcomes again to Lombok. Hopefully you always come again for our institutions. And on behalf of our institution, I would like to say many thanks for you. As mentioned by the MC that I have to open this events officially and by say God's blessing to us, we officially opens the general lectures in title of New Use of Data and Knowledge in Smart Cities for Smart Civilization. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Please join the general lectures. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor, for the speech and for the opening of the general lecture today. Now we come into the main point, that is general lecture about new use of data and knowledge in smart city for smart civilization, will be delivered by Professor Jun Suk Hwang and will be moderated by Mr. Agus Arimbawa. Please welcome Professor Jun Suk Hwang and Mr. Agus Arimbawa.
Okay, it's my honor to be here again with the new sessions of the general lecture. My name is Agus. I will be the moderator for this lecture. The first, I need to introduce Professor Huang. Yeah, maybe a lot of people here know him. But I need to reintroduce him one more time. Professor Huang is a professor from Seoul National University. Who doesn't know Seoul National University? No one don't know. So everyone knows Seoul National University because from the K-drama or even from how good SNU is, everyone knows it. So we are close to Seoul National University now. So Professor Huang comes from Seoul National University, and he also a director of GRC. GRC is the global R&D center, and he is also the director of Smart City program, Smart City Global Convergence program. He is also the director of the ITPP. ITPP is international, is IT professional program, which is also brought us to Korea. So like experience Korea is very thank you to you, Professor Huang, because of you. Two of us can go to Korea and experience how to become a student in Korea, and also we have a lot of experience there. So other than that, Professor Huang also is a part of Lombok. Yeah, Professor Huang is part of Lombok. Maybe become Lombok citizens, what I can say for now. More than that, Professor Huang is also our mentor. Yeah, not only my professor, not only my advising professor, but is also our mentor. Yeah, maybe some of the professor just doing advise you academically, but he's not. So he's really brings a light into our life, so we can do better. We can have more spirit to do the social services and contributes to development in our region. So I was very thankful for that. So without further ado, we will ask Professor Huang to deliver his speech to the lecturer today. I think the time is yours.
Well, let me greet you in Korean way first. Thank you very much for coming over. Huang. Before I actually my lecture, I want to give also great thanks to all the Unram family, which I will say faculty member, and also student and staff, who have been always welcoming, not only myself, and also our Seoul National Universities, and also researchers, and recently also we created a new center called S-Cube Center. And without your coming, it would not be possible for us to move that new action. And I've been very impressed of your friendly commitment to doing things together for the future of Lombok. And also, just one thing to mention is I come to Lombok in the year of 2009. That means it's my 15th year that coming to Lombok. And I try to come very diligently because I want to create a friend and doing something together with Lombok, and which I believe because I love Lombok. And well, my starting of how I love Lombok is definitely your nature and the people, but also the value of education. One student I met in the Sheraton, next to Sheraton, who was the kind of staff member who dropped out from Unram. And then I realized he did not have money to serve himself with only $100, which is not that big money, but I think I believe it's not fair for those people that not to continue. So that brings me to the situation that at least I can cover several 10 or 20 or 50 people at least for sometimes for them to start their tuition. And so actually that hard, but I knew that I cannot do it long run by my individual effort. And then I've been thinking how to do that together. And that's how I started knock the door of Unram, and together, and finally I have a great friend from your professor, Professor Snappy, which is his name. He is your the lecture hall, and who how to say for me that I should leave him without saying hello or saying bye. But he was a great man and loving your society. And here I studied Kakayan. And we were visiting several places after the earthquake. And there were desperate period that how we can recover. I hope you still remember the time that we had the difficulties of that earthquake. You successfully recovered now. Now this is time for us to think about that. But in such a period that my friend and also Professor Agus and also Widi and Professor Pasek and also Professor Budi and all the great friends, I being a friend to all our Informatica engineering department. I see great light, that the light come and to show the way of Lombok and the future generation. I think the value of education that Lombok investing really give a guideline what to do. Today I will share with you how I see the new future of our human society. At the same time, what we Unram, Mataram, and Lombok can do for it. Definitely I'll come back again, and I'll be actually living here with you fully 1 year next year, and as you're part of your faculty member. And I really thank you all, and director and also the dean and rector who approved my appointment to being part of your faculty member. I'm very honored and happy to be your family, and I'll do also the things that what I can do best as your also professor, as your colleague member, as your friend. Thank you, and thank you for coming. Thank you.
So I think this is time to start the lecture. The lecture will be delivered approximately in 1 hour, 40 minutes to 1 hour. So after that, we can continue to question and answer. Okay, I think it's time.
Maybe you can go and do we have I prepared some slide. Okay. Okay. Do we have a pointer? Where is the computer? I mean, okay. Well, I made this name. Not I made my advisee, Professor Agus and Edap, suggest me to talk about this one because they know that what I can talk about. But so I use a lot of word here: smart city and smart civilization, right? That does not mean I am smart. Because I'm not smart, that's why I'm pursuing this smart city and then I'm pursuing smart civilization. We are all to see that how we can be smarter, at least to take care of our society, to take care of ourselves, to take care of our family, and to take care of our living. So I just want to share some of my thought that how I can actually give that our human society can go. Well, we have probably in College of Engineering, we have a civil engineering, right? And I heard that that is one of the largest department of the engineering faculty. But civilization is not only in the domain of engineering, as you know, and civilization is domain of whole society, like our university. And so I want you to look at how we should pursue as a one society, no matter what job we do, no matter what, but what are the things that still in common, how we can strategize ourselves. Professor Agus actually introduced me to be a director of many things. And along with the Smart City Department or International IT Policy Department and also Global R&D Center, one thing common for all of them, that was the first in Korea and that was first in the world. So the one I created at a institution, the one I created as a major, and finally official become, and then that was. So I'm kind of in the university as a startup, right? Entrepreneur who can teach the thing without text. And teaching the things from the research. Teaching the things from the invention. And teaching the things from my life. That made me to succeed in creating all these institutions and major. This is very important. Why? University is appointed to be the pioneer of the future. We need to give a direction for the rest of the society by studying and then bringing in new languages and bringing new science so that people can learn out of it. Otherwise, we can learn everything online. Am I right? So I've been thinking, that what I can do as a professor, what I can do as a teacher, were, making something the first, boldly first, and then continue. Definitely, I'm the first professor who come Lombok and do this one for 15 years and rest of my life. Well, you may see me look young, but I'm older than all your professors. So I born 67, so that means I'm already 56, 67. My first son born 93, so that means already 30 years old, 31 years old, turning two. My second one also 29, right? And daughter, Annie, and third one born in 2002. So that gives me that maybe I married very early. Well, but still, my life make me young because I'm always have something I want, something I'm pursuing. The reason is I cannot live something is not satisfiable, right? Something unknown is not possible or bypass me that I should know or research on things. So today, I'd like to share with you some of the discipline which I recently created, which also Professor Agus and Professor also the Widi majored as a double major in addition to the information technology. They majored Smart City Global Convergence, which I will teach you in my class along with Professor Agus in coming March. So hope some of you attend, right, register, and listen to my lecture. So, how I want to actually study this one. Well, for me as a professor, I maybe only have one decade, 10 years left. My official retirement is 2032, okay, officially, and so at the age of my 65. So that means 10 years. So what I should be able to do for next 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years? Okay? Maybe in 80s, right? 80. I say I have a lot of things to do I want to do. Then maybe making all the cities smart. Why? I know that it's not smart. Myself and all of us are not smart. We are not satisfied by our civilization. We are not satisfied yet by our city life. Our cities still have a disaster, flood, and also pollution, even job problem. Right? We are not in heaven yet. We are not in the holy city yet. So that gives me a dream that, inshallah, God, you gave us a lead where to go. And I will dedicate you my life. And you use me and my friend to be your tool. To you let your world to be created by your name of Allah. And make that city be flourishing with the knowledge, flourishing with the love, and flourishing with the humanity we may create. That was my heart, that thinking of this 5,000. 5,000 is coming from the statistics by UN, and we currently have about 400 cities in the world, which is more than population of 150,000 population within the city. So that means definitely by my statistic, by our projection, we will have more than 5,000 city, which is more than 150,000 population in the world. Okay, what it means, this holy five is very holy number. Am I right? 5 very holy number. It's a number of our fingers, right? And also holy number in also Islam. Right? And so these grade 5 and 5,000 to be accomplished, to be by 2050. I think at least we'll be smarter than now. And if we all together and bringing, definitely at the time, for last 30 years, we make it smarter. And I think that's probably the future I want to actually look. And how to do that? Well, I'd like to ask you, how do you think about smart city? So many people ask me, what is smart city, right? Well, we all know what city is, right? We are in Mataram city, right? This is capital of West Tenggara, right? And then Jakarta, it's a capital of Indonesia and capital of ASEAN. Okay? Then, so we know what city is, right? Which brings us self-satisfactory infrastructure and services and self-governance and tax mechanism and security and police and military. And also the hospital and schools. Okay, we know what city is. Then, what is smart when we are talking about? Okay? Then I say here as a statement, all smart city has its own future. Right? We don't know the future, right? But we have a future. Who makes that future? Who? Who makes the future? We and you and citizens. Who will be living in the city is the one who creates the future. Do you want to continue to live in Lombok? Please, yes. Please. Yes. You're living in a heaven and you're living in one of the best islands. You're living in one of the best places in the world. Love of man, blessing of knowledge. We are, and you born in a great place. The time is yours. How to make your future happen. This is the vision of the city. City is a place that young people wants to come. Why? You experience new things there. And we young people are very eager to experience a new one. Am I right? Why? Because we are new. Because we are new. And we are not afraid with the new thing. Am I right, young man? Am I right? Yes. So city symbolized that youngness by the future, right? By the who actually create the future, right? Then that future, let's say, smart. Okay? Each smart city has its own future. You make what smart value is. And then how we can classify this, what is smart as a human and city? Good living, good society, happiness, quality of life, self-satisfaction, so that everyone can make your life what you want. And your vision and dream to be true in this city. That's why we're coming from our home and town and going out, and we want to have our own dormitory. We want to have our own job. We want to have our own rule. That's why you come university. I think that's why I believe, university and education, we provide very symbolic meaning of civilization and city life. So then, future is a smart that which you can define what smart is. But from current knowledge, what we can say smartphone, smart city, and smart home, smart car, is based on data and knowledge. Am I right? Because you are using a lot of data, that's why we call these Samsung, LG, and Apple smartphone. Am I right? It has access to the data. It uses a lot of data processing than my brain. That means our computing capability and internet connectivity and Wi-Fi zone and 5G and Internet of Things made us to be connected and share and process data. And who benefit the people? You. We benefit from data. Those data are not for the company. Those data are not for the money. Those data for ourselves to being smarter. I see that then we need to take care of the data. for the city planning and university strategy. How can you project the future without knowing where you are now? How you can face the fact where you are living? By data. Data and knowledge is the mirror of the fact and real life of what we are experiencing. Am I right? Then we need to have a good access on those data, and we need to have a good knowledge on which is reflecting the reality of our human life. That's why we care about all these information technology and infrastructure, right? And computer and semiconductor are very important. Okay, now we understand that if you want to say something smart, innovation, then we need the data and knowledge, right? Then university should be the one that who would be able to process the data for the society. That means we need a data center, we need a supercomputer, we need to have a way to collect the data from the society. Am I right? And share the data with all universities in the world. Okay. So then, okay, now we know that the smart city or smartphone, whatever condition, what we say smart should be based on or driven by the data and knowledge, information. Okay? We call those information society or knowledge society before. Okay? So now we can say then, okay, we are using data like previously like oil. We are using a data like water. We are using a data as a very important resources of our living. Right? Not only eating, food, right, and crops, and cracker, sugar. We need to feed ourselves and our society with the new data. Why? It makes us a new job, a new economy. That's the future. Smart university and smart civilization and smart city is all about new civilization, where the society creates a new job and new ways of living. Lombok is in the front line and pioneer of that new civilization. Am I right? Amen. Right? Yes, Lombok could be the place because of the future and future generation who's bold enough to do something right, how our society should go. Based on what? Not based on your faith, not based on your personal perspective, but based on the fact, based on the data, based on your collaboration, right? Based on those values. So in my understanding then, if we have this coming up understanding, fourth industrial revolution, quality of life, and new pioneerism by the future generations, and enhancing city sustainability, because we know that city is not for competition. City is for the place where we live together better. And this is for the new platform for the new economy and new industrialization. I hope you think about it. Don't think about for being hired, but I hope you really think about how you want to create your new business and make your living as an owner of this society, as a servant of this city, and have this land to be yours. That is the vision for the smart city. So, well, I think other than that, there are many other ways that you can define what smart city is. But I'd like to share, in our whole human society now, already set the strategy how to make ourselves sustainable. What you see 17 blocks here are set by UN. Okay? And that's set by UN and then called called SDG, Sustainable Development Goal. Okay? So it was set in 2016, right, to pursue another 15 years for 2030. Before that, it was Millennial Development Goals set by the UN. So we have a common interest how to make our human society better. Still we are in the poverty. Still we have a gender equality issues. Still we are living in a place where we have the population issues. We still have issues about climate changes. But we should not just worry or complaining about it. Someone should do the action. Who? You and I. We. I'm coming here to do those things with you together. So anyway, when we are talking about future, right, of smart city, we need to take care of all these things. Economy, education, energy, environment, climate change, culture. You need to keep your cultural heritage of Lombok, right? There are many cultures, Hindu culture, Sasak culture, right? And East Sungara culture, like a customary, right? And fairness, finance, governance. You need to create the new ways of the power. So these are there are new creativity, new way you can create. This is the time. Why? You keep design or make your business in the same way, no solution, because same problem will come up, right? I don't want you to be the staff anymore. I want you to be the representative and owner of your life. Don't be the employee. Please be the employer. That's the future of our future generation, like you, son and daughters. So, well, it's a little bit, I will share with you, there are the steps that how you improve the city. I'm not going to actually go too much in detail, I think, but I'll share these documents that Professor will share with you, all the documents publicly, so you can really access this one. But there are the ways that you can improve from the network up to the services, but we are in need of totalistic effort. You cannot wait until all infrastructure is done. No. This is like, you go to some new land, right? And then you need to make a living of all those at once together, right? Yeah. Don't wait all the ground ready. Don't just land there. No time. We have to go together. Someone do together, like a settler, like a pioneer. That means civilization is not possible by one man. It's only possible by one family, and two family, and three family, and one town. If you believe Lombok is one family, definitely you can pioneer another new island, Metaverse Island. Am I right, Professor Budi? Yes. Who wants to create a new island for Lombok? Raise your hand. No one? Where's the new Lombok? Who want to be a pioneer? You don't want to have your metaverse? Lombok? Yes, please. I don't want to be there, living there alone. Okay? Please come with me if you feel that you are my family. Okay, well, definitely. I realize that if you want to do smart city, and if you want to do smart civilization, you definitely need to be a good person to live together and doing things together. This is what we call collaborative leadership. We don't need a dictatorial leadership or only one champion. We want everyone to be a champion. That is what we call governance society. Who's the owner of this society? All of us. Who's the owner of this university? All of us. Who graduated, who will be graduating, who is living, and who is like me, who's abiding. Who cares about that family is the one of the memory of that family? And who cares about Lombok? You and me, right? Okay. So, well, I'd like to share what's going on in Korea. We have a very symbolic smart city project going on. One in very beautiful part of the southern part of the port near the sea called the Busan, where we do the new design of the smart city. And this is greenfield approach. Busan itself is old and port where all Korean has been escaped during the Cold War, during the Korean War, from all the war lost, and finally settled and then come back to the again, and to create new current South Korea. There's another area called Siheung, where our Seoul National University has our own new campus. That's, I will say, hyper smart city, because that city itself is already also built, but doing regenerative means equipping the city with the data, with the hyper data, more data. And university go and then help the city to collect the data, right? From the industry, from the engineer, from the, all around the world, from the citizen. So we, university, go and create a new campus, at the same time become a acropolis, a platform, agora, for the city to put and share the data together. Okay? University should be in such way. University is a place that everyone come and open and share the knowledge and debate. And this is living society, life society, not one direction. So that two types of the city generation is now happening in Korea. I believe both of them are very important. So I hope to invite many of you to come to Korea. I hope all of you come to Korea in your lifetime like they did. And then enjoy Seoul, Busan, Gangnam style, like Incheon, Siheung, and also Jeju Island. So the Busan is in the very beautiful port, and they create a new vision for some small area. This small area is picked up to show the reference model for the rest of the Busan city. I don't know where the computer is. There? I mean, there? Next, please. So what you can see, left side, the Busan Eco Delta is totally around 11.77 kilometers square meter. It's not that large, but in order for us to provide, we provide 2.8 kilometer square size as a pilot and showing what to be included in there. And expected to have around 10,000 population in the beginning, okay, showing all. And then, so it's currently, in the middle of the stage, already constructor is building a society, and then what's going on. Next, please. So we actually situated some 10 living model. I think it's a little bit showing a little bit blur. That I hope we have a smart class, and so you can see this one later better. But using robots and hospital with the care and things. Next, please. So here you see, so I'm going to only show 5 out of that one. First is, like education also. I say that's smart city. Smart city start with smart education. Am I right? If your city is not smart, you cannot say that your city is smart. Am I right? Does our building make smart? Our smart city? Can I call my city smart enough because my building is smart? No. Smart is the word that is only perfectly matching with the human being. Real meaning of smart, really, who can create the knowledge, who can really originate, and concept, imagine, thinking and debate, articulate, even lie, is possible by human beings. That is what we call smartness. So such smartness then can be in a proper way, should be then we have to teach and we have to learn ourselves. That is what we call smart education and smart living. Definitely our learning comes from the living. And our living environment should not be detached or separate from the education. I believe our future of education should be any place where we go is a living place and an education place. So that we can use our text and either online or the phone at the same time our living experience really become a case of our learning. That is what we dream for. I hope you learn from your class about how to build robot, how to program robot, at the same time how you use AI to translate your invention. This is new literacy that human generation expects. Next, please. Yes, definitely we all need to be healthy. All right? So then there are many ways using a sensor, AI vision, to make ourselves healthier so that we can manage ourselves better. How can you manage yourself healthy? Having a data of yourself every day. Am I right? If you have more data of yourself every day, you would be able to manage, I have too much sugar, which may attack some of my diabetes in the long run. All these knowledge. Humans are much healthier than 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Am I right? Yes. Yes. Definitely you will be living longer than me because of all these data available for you. Definitely you will be stronger than me, than us, because of the data. You know how to grow your muscle. These are because of the data and science, and which one makes it possible. That's the technology. That's the invention we have. These are not imaginary inventions. These are already available. But how to make into the life is the things that are what we call the business. We need to really make that one as a practice if we are the one who create the future. Next, please. Mobility. Well, I know that now you cannot bring all your motorcycle to university, right? I believe that's fair. Why? If you want to bring in, you have to pay, right? For the all traffic either, right? And there's nothing free. If you want to manage the environment, then. But if it is costly, then find a way that you can make different way of mobility, right? Why we try to keep using all the same thing always, right? EV, something else, online. We would be able to invent the new way of moving ourselves, right? There's a scooter, there's a drone, or UAM. Possible. I hope you find a way how you commute and change your position from one place to the other differently than before. If you are the one who create the future, you should be able to do that. That's happening in the world, in Korea, and in western part of the world. Why we would not be able to have all these EV chargers? Yes, it's possible. Why would not be possible for us to have a drone delivery? Yes, it's possible. Why it's not possible for us to have an AI mobility? Yes, possible. It's up to the action and civilization effort. We need to do it together. Next, please. Safety. Here is the scenario: someone who are in an emergency and called, and then picked up by, drones, and then finally, rescued to some places finally who have a VR, emergency surgery or something like that. This scenario shows that how important human life is, right? It's not a matter of the cost. You know that Korea has a very tragic event recently, right? In Itaewon. These young souls were like my son and daughter. This is difficult to imagine that happening. But there are no data to react on that one, even you have all the CCTV. a lot of disaster. In Turkey, these are natural disasters? No, anymore. It's a social disaster. Why? We have known this problem more than centuries. Why you still say that this is natural disaster? No, there are things that you can do, but we haven't done for the name of nature. Human is weaker than nature? No. We've been overcoming all the natural hurdles to glorify our God, to glorify our Allah. They've given us strength to pioneer this land. Then why we still call the natural disaster and let it happen, and after that you forget? I will not be forgiven if I leave this one happen. And you will not be forgiven if you forget those things and let those things happen in this earthquake in this island. All of us will be responsible for that disaster if that damage happens again. We should be ready to build a house, build a safety zone, and build a thing so that we can boldly stand that we are safe. I hope we have an anger for the thing of ignorance. I hope we have our criticism on us that not doing the things because that is not in need today. But who knows about the future? I hope we be awakened to make sure that our knowledge really can cure the society so that your generation and your future generation of your children really can make their living without uncertainty. That is what I dream for as a future of the smart city. Next, please. Next, please. Definitely, we need to enjoy, right? Lombok itself as a park are so beautiful. But you can create this beautiful stuff to be shared by many other people. That's what I say, the metaverse. You can create, even build up new civilization on top of this agricultural farmland. And you can, run the drone to show every corner of the mountain. Yes, let us explore what we can do better and make this nature and park more interactive and shareable with all of us. Next, please. Well, this is another one. I really want to invite many of you to my also campus. This is, the Sihung is a campus where we built a new campus where we are doing research and also changes to create the future of new smart city. Next, please. So, what we imagine is our Ministry of Land and Transportation and Infrastructure actually give a grant to Seoul National University and many industry, and also Sihung City to build up the model for that the Sihung become a data hub, hyper data, where you can collect and make the city smart. And then we can select the data. Once you have a good data and you realize the fact that no one can lie, finally who benefit? Human and higher hyperhumanism. Hyperhuman is what we so-called real democracy. Okay? So we want to have a real democratic society by facing the fact that every citizen become an owner, and that is the vision. Next, please. So Sihung was actually the one that very different from Lombok. Was industrial zone. So this is the place where we call the miracle of Korean economy. That means there are a lot of factory, right, and pollution, right, and also natural contamination we suffer. And now, recently, very low income, low labor, right, because of the old factory we have. So how to solve those social problems by Korean? And then Seoul National University were bold enough, we are going to go there. Okay? And build up the new campus. And showing the light that we can do and change. At the same time, building these campus in a place where it used to be the water, which I mean the sea. So make a sea as a landfill, and then finally create a campus. At the same time, also a lot of residential zone where we can show off. Next, please. Next, please. So one thing I and also we did were, what is the strategic action to make our Siung Smart City smart, and we'll collect the data. And I've been doing this research for 2 years, since 2000. Since let's say 2019. Okay? And then for 2 years of master planning research allowed me to have a very good grasp of a smart city. And after that, I studied the smart city education program. Next, please. So we identify some of the strategic area where what to do. Next, please. So a little bit, there are the energy and smart, and next, please. So it's an autonomous vehicle. I will say that e-mobility. So the bus can be the autonomous, right? So that the people can ride the bus. At the same time, last mile robots. So, drone deliver to some of your, like a Kentucky Fried Chicken or Uber thing, right? To your home and house directly. And then even if it is large building, robot delivered to your office. So, how to connect them, and also smart shipping. Also, the Siung campus is in front of the ocean, like a Lombok, and let fisheries ship to be automated, so that you go out and find a group of the fish, and you collect them. And also smart factory, smart manufacturing, others. So we identified 10 area of industry, what to be done. Similar kind of things can be done for Mataram and Lombok. Okay? I asked many people, what is the major one that make the living of Mataram or Lombok? Everyone say yes, agriculture. Right? Second one is tourism. Right? And after that, a lot of different, either fishery, right? Maybe gold mining, right? And then, so you know better than me, but I know that education should be also one of that. Okay? Because education, not only for the Lombok people, for the rest of the world. This is the place where you can teach and research and people about the sustainability. Am I right? We are greener than anyone. So I hope that Lombok also can find the way that what are the 10 business models to make our island smart. Who make that happen? You. Next, please. So, like Siheung and Seoul National University did, we created these 10 master plan projects. These 10 projects has more than 30 million USD for each project. Is a large scale to make an impact and to symbolize the rest of our world. How to generate the money? Idea and business. And effort. These are the things. We can do that. Yes, we can do that here in Lombok. Yes. Indonesia is a big country. ASEAN is a big country. Right? And we are the leader of sustainability. Okay. So, my actual appointment, thankfully also Professor Pasek and all the faculty members informatic engineering will believe that I probably come and contribute on some of the new disciplines, such as smart city, such as technology management, especially in the PhD level or others. Definitely I will do. But I will not do by my brain, but I'll do by my experience, what I've done there. At the same time, I'll come and then bring my friends. Not great enough for them to do. I know civilization only can happen by the family. So I'll bring my family to do together with your family, and then let us to do something for Lombok. Next, please. So thankfully, I realized after 2 years of these research for the nation, for the Smart City Master Plan, for where our new campus, I realized by doing those diligently, I create a family, faculty member and researchers within the university. And when our family say, let's make a new major, there were no objection in the university, thankfully. Then we become the first major in interdisciplinary education in smart city, global convergence, not only in in Korea and SNU, but in the world, which were recognized by World Bank and many scholars. That was the effort of family spirit. So that's what you see, that we currently teach smart city global convergence education, which I'm planning to actually teach you through Professor August's class, so that you can learn and get the taste of what is that study. Next, please. So, well, when some of you come and maybe through my class, I will show you real campus, okay? And then maybe some of the pictures shown that how our drone actually pictured them. I will show with you. Next, please. So currently it's only halfly built, but on the one you see with the big building on the right side is called the Global R&DB and World Bank Campus, which I'm projecting currently. So hope these to be done in next 5 to 7 years, and by 2030 or 32 before I actually retire. So, but I think that the bottom part is a hospital and university, which we already acquired. So the plan, everything done, that now just also some of the funding already, so I know that it will be for sure to be done. I hope such kind of new development to be done here in Lombok, and in the beginning, especially in this, Unram, University Mataram, this holy and beautiful campus here. Next, please. So why I pursue to do this one with the smart city and education in the campus? Why? I believe university and this city environment and city, how interact with the university, create what we so-called innovation system. The ecosystem to do business, to make some new value changes. That is what we call innovation system. And in my innovation system theory, I have my own research on what we call generative innovation system. It is after global, national, and regional innovation system, which are coupled and integrated together. Why? Future business and innovation is you should create everything global, because you will be connected to the online. Every business, what you see is the aim to be from the beginning global, even though it was actually started in Korea as a story. BTS, Squid Game, agricultural stuff, education scene, technology scene. So what I believe that for the smart city, Lombok is a global place. And for the global civilization, wherever you do business is a global business, even though you start that business in Lombok. Next, please. So for Korea and SNU, I try to symbolize SNU being a place where you can integrate national, global, and regional ecosystem. Well, in order to do that, you need to be the best in all three of that, for good and leader. Who can be? You and me and the university. Okay? University is a place that you do the global partnership. University is a place that you recognize the national agenda. And university is a place you serve your region and local, Kakayan. Right? So by the spirit of the university, that we can create this generative innovation system, which is very core part of the smart city and smart civilization. Now you should learn, if you are smart enough, that how important university is for the effort of the smart city development. Am I right? Next, please. So through the smart city education, what is the outcome is we make every expert on the smart city and civilization, they are the leader on global, they are leader in nation, they are leader in their region. That makes smart city education different from any other day. We are not intent to for you to be a citizen only on that region. You are already citizens of the globe. This education is different. That's why we need to change the way that how we study and research at the same time collaborate. Next, please. So in Korea, that also the SNU is situated with the free economic zone to Songdo, and also we put our university as itself a free economic zone, which is very special. So Seoul National University Siheung Smart Campus is only campus which is designated by the official government as a free economic zone. First time in the world as one campus. I hope, I'm trying to educate because I'm the one who trained, and then I'm trying to educate the people who see the opportunity and make these business happen. I hope we can make that kind of business happen here in Lombok too. Next, please. So, well, I'm not going to go to Smart City 3.0. This is a little bit advanced, but which you will learn if you register from Professor August's Smart City Global Convergence class, and hope you learn out of it. Next, please. So there, I'm going to actually teach you how the Smart City connect with the digital twin, how those connect with the, the metaverse. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. So you will learn many of these, during the coming semester. So many of you, maybe we can do Q&A about this in the metaverse and digital twin. So if you want to. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Okay. So I wanted to show this one. Now it is time for Mataram, for us to think about how we make us smart. For me, the Mataram Lombok is a love man and blessing of knowledge. Am I right? We are all blessed by the knowledge, and we have a great scholar like our Professor Snoopy. Let us to be like a Snoopy and to lead both university and society so that our future still can be well prepared by our scientific effort. I hope we all dream for the new smart island city, which is we call Lombok. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Once again, big applause for Professor Huang. Yeah, we have heard that we need to become the main player of our cities, of our region in Lombok. We learn together, and mostly why do we not in these advanced states yet? Because we have a lot of knowledge in the university, so but we don't see any improvement enough in our society. So what is the problem? Because like Professor Wang mentioned before, we need some kinds of business there. That will become you, us, everyone's here to make new kinds of visions as a main player in our society. So I see some of you here that not come from the ITs, and also some of the alumni from the our program last week with the Korean language and culture, and also the graphic designs. Yeah, that's important. Culture is very important. We have learned a lot from Korea. So now is the question and answer session. So please, we might be 2 questions. Yeah, if you like, would like to talk in English, it's good. If you don't, you can talk with Indonesian and we can translate.
Okay, check. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm not from engineering major, but I'm from communication major, so that is why I do really interested in this topic, but more from its social spectrum. My question is that, you know, this smart cities is design. We are talking about the design, the great design for all of the citizens. Meanwhile, we live in Lombok, which is we are divided into two society, the old generations and the young generations. For us, the young generations, it is the technologies for us is more familiar. We're familiar with the technologies, and it is we have more exposure to the technology, so it's easier for us to access and give our contributions to the smart cities itself. But now let's talk about the older generations, where we are living in Lombok. They are very traditional and really uphold those traditionals with them. Now my question is that how to make them, these old generations, to be more interested to make their contributions so they are not left behind in the process of making the smart cities. Thank you.
Now, yeah, no, that's a very, very important. So, this innovation is not only that's happening in the university or school. It's really, the innovation happens really in society. That is, by all generations. So, in smart city, there's a concept, very important concept we call living lab. So living lab is a place where the citizens does their innovation in practice to create new changes for the society, and government and business, even universities support, right, for them to have either some training, at the same time also some budget, right, and some of also expert consulting, so that they can actually, they know the problem, they solve the problem. Senior know the much more problem of how they can be taken care of better, right? But young people knows about what they need, for there. So all these are discussable, right, and then practicable in the city, and then city create living lab. So like how we have a city hall, all city has a city hall, right? That means in the smart city, all city will have a different kind of living lab, where your town and people and citizens go and do the things for you. At the same time, on a more of a top-down level of such innovation is happening in the smart city called by the name of what we call the city lab. So city lab is the one that where the public level of either data, right, in the top-down level of a lot of public data to be shared and created for the business. And finally, also, some of the new innovation happen in a more planned way. And that is how you do also business. So this top-down and bottom-up of kind of innovation is one of the very important pillar of smart city innovation, how the all different generation can be cooperating. Yeah, thank you. Very, very good question. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Next one.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zafran from the Informatics Engineering Department. So I would like to ask about human resource quality. Does making the human resource more advanced or smart automatically make the city smart? Because based on the presentation, all of the programs need an advanced quality of human resource. But what if the human resource quality is still far below the standard? Do those programs still applicable to make a smart city? Thank you.
Yeah, so, well, I think it's a kind of, let's say, chicken and egg, or which one first, right? And so, well, I think city civilization itself is not the beginning that, that it is but inner generation of the how to make it smart is always important. So from my point of view, that smart city readiness should be coming from the education. But this education does not necessarily be in the education in the university. You can learn this in a smart city and citizenship education by having an innovation center, where innovation centers took care of a lot of capacity building for your citizen to create a new job or let them to change their job and let them to use the different technology. So like our S-Cube Center we created for your university in SNU, Summit and Sustainability Center is the place that we try to provide not only degree kind of education, but also capacity building. So in smart city, definitely readiness of the human capital is very important. But this readiness is who make that readiness? The citizen themselves. No one is teaching you. You are the one who need to be aware and to be inspired, and finally you make your own startup. So we believe the smart city will be filled with not this Samsung or big company, but filled by the new names of the company, right? Agus company, Snappy company, Booty company, Irfan company, okay? And Daddy company, and Danny company, and Lombok company, Mataram company. That's the difference of our future of smart city compared to the city we are living. If you go to Epicentrum, if you go to Mataram Mall, all same. You see the same stuff in Jakarta, you see same stuff in Korea. Why all these are unified? Why are we losing all our diversity? Now, this is time for us to start the new thing. Let the thing to be diverse by creating new thing. That's the smart city. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, human resource needs to be nurtured, and then on top of that, the culture. We need to develop innovation culture in our society. Yeah. Next, please. Next.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nafa Sabila Rosa, and welcome to Professor John Joshua in our country. So I feel sorry, this question is out of discussion because I want to asking for help for Professor Johnson. Can you speak in Korean? Because so that I personally feel like being to be student college in Korea. I love very much Korea, and I feel and I dream to be student college in Korea. Thank you. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 한국말 할 줄 알아요? 한국말 할 줄 알아요?
Little, I say that.
네, when I come, I will also teach you in Korean. And also, yes, definitely I want to continue learning Bahasa. But thank you very much for loving Korea and Korean culture. And this is great that we both Korea and Indonesia share our culture, love each other. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Yeah.
네, 감사합니다. 네,
감사합니다.
네, 사랑해요. I love you.
보라해.
사랑해요. 네.
한국말 잘 공부하세요. Yeah, please, next one. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Professor Huang. My name is Kiki. I'm from Informatics Department. Um, so my question is, how will the city address the digital divide and ensure equal access to smart city services for all citizens? And what is the city's strategy for attracting and retaining technology companies and talent for the smart city development? Thank you.
So you mean what is the strategy to attract the technology-based firm to the smart city, to the city? Is that right? No? A little bit
Let me repeat my question, sorry.
slowly.
Yeah, okay, sorry. So my question is, how will the city address the digital divide and ensure equal access to smart city services for all citizens? And what is the city's strategy for attracting and retaining technology companies and talent for the smart city development?
Okay, thank you. So actually that is not one question, two questions.
Yeah.
The first one is about the digital divide, how you actually provide good access for everyone as a universal access to the all smart city technology, and also technology which is very important for the new job and thing. The second one is how also you can attract the technology firm to bring, to come to Lombok, right, and then provide also the level of the job that you are creating. Okay? The first answer is education, both. Education is very important tool to, fill the gap of a digital divide. Okay? So, not necessarily university education, but from the beginning of K to 12, right, kindergarten to high school, right, and the one by one that the generation should be given to access the technology, right? Definitely, you are better than many of old generation, but anyhow, that not all the people are benefiting out of it. So there should be some subsidy in the tax to improve that kind of opportunity. How? That's the data. Google, many of the company now get the benefit using our data. That is what we call data tax. So we should be able to generate the fund or tax money in the public so that we can provide this universal access for all the data technology. No matter whether they have money or not, right? So that there should be a social mechanism to fill the gap, and then if city is rich enough, and they should provide this one. Why? This is very important for the equal opportunity for their job. So if you want to have a sustainable society, definitely government should take care of it. If not, they are not good government. The second one, in order to attract good technology firm to, let's say, as a Lombok, okay? And well, I think who is like a technology firm in Lombok? There are two ways. You create the firm and let the big company buy you, right? No one start, investing on the thing. There's nothing. But someone show the potential out of it. Who can show the potential of your locality? The best, the people who are living there. So you young generation, especially our Mataram student, should be the ambassador of our Lombok economy, our Lombok talent, to the all Google, everyone, right? If you want to hire me, you come here. I'm not going to go to San Francisco. Why? Here, Lombok is better than San Francisco. That should be the truth. That should be our belief. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, this was so motivating, right? You guys, young people, our students, we see a lot of hope here. We see a lot of future, very bright future. Okay, next. Please.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Nurul Kabijarani, and I'm from Informatic Engineering, and I am undergraduate, first year of college. So it's such a great project by Professor Jun Sok Hwang that to improve our city. So we know that looking for knowledge is our obligation, but we usually always take that how the system goes. So I want to ask you, how do you manage yourselves to keep things smart? Thank you.
I don't believe I manage well because I'm not smart. So, but I think at least in terms of the data management, so I do a lot of, my phone is my secretary, so I keep a lot of data there, and also I keep all my note. And so note taking and then every day is very important job for me to strategize what to do. But also I try to prioritize the things that what to be the one that I can do and what to be the one that I can delegate to someone. Okay? I don't think I can do everything what I think of, and I realize also I cannot be the ownership of everything. So I should be able to maybe decide where my responsibility is, at the same time also where I can also delegate the responsibility and ownership to others. And sharing that kind of power and leadership is actually some of the kind of things that I believe as how to manage the knowledge and data and learn also information from many other people around me. Yeah, that's, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we have like two more. Yeah, two more. Okay, please, one in the middle.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Raisa. I'm from the informatics department. So first of all, my question is for Professor Huang is about, so as we know that each city had their own, their own society pattern. And also from each of the society pattern, it also gonna affect on how the people see about this kind of technology that they want to apply for smart city. And as you mentioned earlier that data is used for projection on how can we see our future of the city. But what if in this one city that they already have this kind of data, and from what they project that the technology is not really applicable to their city. So I'm still confused about the word of smart city, the word of smart in smart city. What if, so I'm really sorry about this, okay, so I'm gonna repeat my question again. So I'm still confused about the word of smart city, I'm still confused about the word of smart in smart city sentence, because what if those kind of technology is not really applicable to this one city? Do the city is still being called as smart city? Even though without using the technology, they still could live up with their own heritage, with their own culture before the technology even used. I think that's my question. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm not sure I follow, but I think that maybe main question of what you see is there are many different technology ready, and also some city has a different environment. But how you can see which one is smart, or which one is smart city or not?
Yes.
Am I right? So, well, I think the first thing I say is you cannot call the city that if there's no effort to collect the data or information or share the data. If you try to keep on your bureaucracy and note taking, and the one man actually make a decision, right? And then everyone note take. Okay? That I don't think that nation, that city cannot be as smart. So if you have a system in your city where the data is generated and shared and stored and analyzed for the better making decision. At the same time, whether there's a potential for the effort that government or citizen to generate the data, generate the knowledge, then that city is smart. So smart is a subjective matter. But I think in your innovation system, that where you have a company and university and also government who's doing such an effort, then I will say yes, your city is in a way of getting smarter and for the smart city, and your future is a smart city. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. One more, please. Is there anyone? Oh yeah, in the middle.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Yeah.
I'm Chita from information. My question is, there are two questions from me. The first one is, what city do you think have the best smart city application in South Korea today? And for Lombok, what city do you think to be a great role model to Lombok to apply the smart city? And the second question is, for Lombok, according to your knowledge and love for this island, in what area do you think preferably we start building a good smart city application? Is it from transportation maybe or environment? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Very good question. Well, what smart city is the best smart city? Yeah, everyone is clapping. It's Seoul. Well, I think by the actual record and data integration, data observing, and Seoul Metropolitan City has been awarded as number one in many smart city contexts. And Seoul has also Seoul Metropolitan Government, right? Seoul City is the capital of World Smart City Organization, and this is also capital city of the CityNet, which is almost 50 of the year in the CityNet of all the world, like a UN. So I believe Seoul Metropolitan City is actually kind of like a very good model where you can. And out of it, maybe first thing is that what Lombok need to learn is, I think Lombok need a data center, I believe, right? And then that data center dealing with a lot of smart island feature studying where to host, maybe in the university or somewhere else, but in a very secure area. So building data center to collect, right, to do to manage the data of all the city, right? And then that is the first thing that I want Lombok to learn, right, from the Seoul Metropolitan City. Okay? The second one, in regard to what kind of business you can do, right, as a smart city, definitely I want to have a public institution such as your city mayor, Mataram, right, or Lombok, West Tenggara government, right, to have their own data center, at the same time e-government or smart government services, right, to enrich, right, using mobile, many other sensors, right, and electronize a lot of documents, right, and many of those e-government solutions. I know it's already in place, but in more uniform way and to collect the data. The second one is I believe actually the education, high school, right, and elementary, and even also university need to be equipped with the smart education. So, investing the money for the smart class, right, and both online and offline, and changing the way to learn and education. This is actually second part, very important business, okay, for to make Lombok Island smarter. And thirdly, definitely something in relation to the mobility, right, transportation or drone or UAM, right, because Lombok is a big island where you can also fly over easily, but that there's maybe only one highway belt, right, around the Lombok, but you can create many other kind of the mobility mechanism, including the urban air mobility or some drone, like a drone taxi like that. So, and then the tourism can be supported by metaverse and VR, AR, and so because it's a big economy. And fourthly, and then probably smart farming, because you have a great farming and bringing sensor technology and to put that sensor on many of the different crops and having the best quality of your farm, right? Include let's say these rice and papaya and many other, right? And then and even fishery, you have a lobster and other thing, and then these also can be managed in a very different way. So you know better than me, but I think these are the maybe 5 of things I can think of. You can maybe think about another 5 during my class where I teach this smart city convergence class starting March. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we for our students, also for public, we will inviting you all to our Escape Center to share your own idea because you know the best about Lombok and the problems surrounding. So we can build some like ideas or startup or business to start to improve. Our development of our regions, and you can be the part of it. So I think this is the last. So one more time, give a big applause to Professor Huang.
Thank you very much. Terima kasih. Terima kasih.
Yes, thank you very much, Professor Huang, for your time. I hope next year Professor Huang will be here be with us with our classes, with our seminars like this, with our open lectures again, and start our works to make everything possible, like all of our dream possible. Yeah. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. See you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, the next agenda is Certificate of Appreciation Award for Prof. Junsuk Huang. Please to the stage, Professor Pasek, to give the certificate. Okay, for the people who asked earlier, please come to the stage. We have some prize for you guys. Oke, jadi untuk yang penanya tadi dimohon untuk maju ke depan. Ada hadiah yang akan diberikan kepada teman-teman yang bertanya tadi. Oke, dimohon untuk teman-teman yang bertanya tadi, dimohon untuk maju ke depan. Ada hadiah yang akan diberikan bagi yang bertanya. Okay, please, Professor Huang, to give the prize. Okay, guys, give applause. Oke, dimohon untuk teman-teman peserta sebelum untuk melanjutkan agenda, dimohon untuk mengisi presensi scan barcode yang ada di depan.
Cek.
Okay guys, the next agenda is the door prize lottery and with Uno.
Oke, acara selanjutnya kita bakal bagi-bagi door prize buat teman-teman yang ada di sini yang udah registrasi. Gimana? Ajem? Bisa ditampilkan?
Oke, tadi teman-teman udah melakukan registrasi dan scan barcode sebelum masuk ke gedung DOM. Jadi di sini untuk ID barcode-nya itu merupakan ID untuk di door prize-nya. Thank you.
Kamsahamnida. Jadi teman-teman tolong dicek emailnya. Di sini kan kita udah kirim barcode bagi teman-teman yang udah dapat emailnya. Tolong disiap-siap kalau misalnya nomornya keluar langsung maju ke depan, oke? Aman? Jadi kita ada beberapa sesi ini. Yang pertama ini ada sekitar kalau nggak salah 10. Oke, kita pertama 5 orang dulu ya. 5 orang dulu. Ayo putar. Gacha.
Jadi 3 digit terakhir dari ID barcode teman-teman itu coba dilihat, siapa tahu berhasil mendapatkan door prize.
Siapa tahu teman-teman hari ini hoki dapat gacha yang bagus.
Oke, untuk yang pertama kita bakalan mengambil 5 orang terlebih dahulu. Jadi mohon untuk dipantau terus ID barcode teman-teman masing-masing. Oke, untuk ID barcode ID-nya 313.
Yuk 313. 5.
Ayo guys, cepet.
Next, putar. ID 018. Ada? 018? Gimana? Kita hitung sampai 3. 1, 2. Ya naik. ID 18.
Ayo guys lagi.
Oke, nice.
Next Ajem. Oke, yang mendapatkan dengan ID 285.
285. Wih.
5, 4.
Oh ya ada. Oke yuk. Bisa yuk, dipercepat. Next.
Sisa 2 orang lagi. Wow, dengan nomor 177.
Ada? Woi.
Next, Ajem.
Yuk, Ajem, putar.
Ya, terakhir mendapatkan dengan ID 196.
196, ada?
Oke, dimohon kesediaan.
Ini baru permulaan ya, ini baru
Kesediaan Pak Bimo untuk menyerahkan door prize.
ada
tenang.
harapan, masih banyak.
Masih ada kesempatan, masih banyak. Kita punya lagi 15.
Sesi foto dulu. 1, 2, 3. Oke, terima kasih.
Oke, kita lanjut. Kita lanjut ke door prize sesi kedua untuk 5 orang pemenang. Ajem,
Oke, dipantau. ID-nya dipantau teman-teman.
dicek email.
Oke, dengan ID 043.
043. Tadi kita lupa cek ya. Sini kita cek.
Oke, dicek dulu Kak Uno.
Oke, benar. Yuk, naik.
Next, Ajem. Wah, dengan ID 053.
053.
Teman-teman udah cek. Siapa tahu dapat door prize. Wah.
Waduh.
Silahkan maju
ada.
ke depan, Tata.
Oke, ya bener ya, 053. Next.
Oke, dengan ID 158 teman-teman.
158.
Ayo guys. Wow.
Ini bener nggak nih? Kita cek.
Oke, sisa 2 orang lagi. Next, Ajem.
Dengan nomor ID 255. Oh, ada.
Sisa 1 lagi.
Next.
Wah, satu terakhir.
225.
Dengan ID 225 dimohon untuk maju ke depan.
Coba dicek dulu. Oke, betul.
Oke, benar semua. Dimohon kesediaan
Di tengah dikit.
Bapak
Ke tengah.
Aryan untuk memberikan door prize. Oke, foto dulu. Satu, dua, tiga. Terima kasih.
Oke, terima kasih.
Oke, jangan bersedih, masih banyak door prize lagi teman-teman. Coba dicek ulang ID-nya. Untuk yang sekarang berapa orang Kak Uno?
5 lagi. Oke, kita punya 5 lagi. Oke, yuk diputar-putar, spin.
Ya.
003.
Dengan ID 003 silakan.
Oke. Hadiahnya semakin besar ya, semakin besar. Next.
Oke, ID-nya. Yuk dengan ID 070.
070.
dengan nomor 102.
102.
Kang Anda silahkan maju ke depan. Dicek dulu ID-nya, Kak.
Next.
Oke, thank you.
Selanjutnya dengan nomor
Jeng jeng. 265.
265.
Yuk guys, maju ke depan. Kita satu orang lagi.
Next. Oke. 201. Oke, naik.
201. Oke.
Ke tengah.
Pas ya. 5 orang jadi masih banyak door prize yang lain lagi.
Kita masih ini ya. Kita masih punya.
Masih banyak Allah. Oke, kalau sekarang kita door prize-nya membutuhkan 6 orang Kak Uno.
Oke, sekarang
Lebih
6
banyak
orang.
lagi, lebih besar hadiahnya lagi. Wah. Yuk, diputar Kak Ajem.
Diputar, spin. Gacha berhadiah.
Gacha. Ya, jadi hadiahnya besar ini guys.
250.
Oke, teman-teman. Yang ID-nya 250.
250.
5. Kita ganti nih Kak Uno. 4.
3. 2. 1. Oke, batal.
Kak Ajem.
Next. Ulang.
Oke, dengan ID 084.
084. Ada?
Wow, silahkan maju ke depan, Mas. Oke, sisa 5 orang lagi. Next, diputar Kak Ajem. Dengan ID 052.
052.
Gak ada teman-teman? 5, mari kita hitung. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gagal.
Hangus.
Oke, next Kak Ajem. Putar lagi. Ya, dengan ID 273 teman-teman.
273. Oh, ada.
Oke, aman. Next Kak Ajem diputar. Putar. Oke, dengan ID 110.
Ada.
Ada guys, 110.
Oh,
Ya,
ada.
maju ke depan. Ya, 110. Dicek dulu Kak Uno, benar atau enggak.
Oke, betul
Oke,
ya.
guys.
1-1-0. Lanjut.
Sisa 3 orang lagi, lanjut Kak Jem. Ya, 308, yeay, siapa?
Yeay. Siapa itu
308, oke.
Waduh. Panitia yuk. Ini panitia boleh. Ini panitia gimana nih?
308.
Oke, bener ya, bener 308.
Sisa 2 orang lagi guys. Ternyata panitia yang mendapatkannya. Ikut lagi.
Next.
Oke, dengan nomor 359.
359.
Ayo teman-teman, ID 359. Kayaknya nggak ada dah nih Kak Uno. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oke, ganti.
hangus.
Jam diputar lagi. Sisa 2 orang lagi. Diputar, Neng. Oke, dengan ID 334. 334.
334. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oke,
Hangus.
next
Oke,
aja.
next.
Ya, bisa 2 orang lagi. 114. Oke. Ya, silakan. 114.
Oke, kita cek dulu ya. Oke.
Bener ya, sisa
Bener ya?
tinggal berapa orang Kak?
Tinggal 1.
Tinggal 1 orang lagi. Next diputar Kak Jem.
Ini pengaturan atau gimana?
Ini cewek-cewek, gimana cewek-cewek? 340.
340.
Wah, cowok lagi nih Kak Uno. Yuk. Jangan bersedih teman-teman, masih ada door prize lagi yang lebih besar hadiahnya.
Oke, betul ya, 340.
Oke, dimohon kesediaan Pak Bimo untuk memberikan door prize. Wah, yang paling besar. Guys, untuk door prize terakhir 3